All right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Team Solemn Circus. We got Sean here, got top 5. What'd you play today?
I'm just playing Voiceless again. Same thing I played at the OTS. I got second versus Thomas, so we didn't get our mat. We finally got it this time.
Right on.
Adding to this year's collection.
All right.
Nothing really special. I haven't really been testing this deck like at all. I just been playing at the locals. I played like 3 dual mode games, so like the extra deck's really unoptimized because I was playing Helldivers last night instead of putting stuff from my extra deck binder in here.
Yeah.
So like there could be like a BLS Link 3, there could be like not Dark Worlds. The Fairy Link 2 that gains you 500 life points that you can make in this deck for time. Like there could be better stuff in here, but I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, it did the job.
I've been doing it for democracy, so.
All right, any shout-outs before we get into things?
Just shout out to Anthony. He's not usually here at regionals. He's my friend back home. I play US. Shout out to Kalen for recording the deck profile. Hopefully we're going to be cooking up some good fusion decks coming forward. Shout out to Angus. We ended up tying last round. Our game 2 is ridiculous. He opened full engine Snake Eye. I was able to search every single engine piece for Voiceless before I started going into the board, and it was a really long game.
All right.
So he got 4th, I got 5th, and yeah, it was an awesome game.
Let's get into it.
2 and 2. Maybe 3 of these. I haven't tested a whole lot, but it feels good at 2. I consider 3. There's a lot of target hand traps. There's a lot of target interaction when you're going second. Called by, it's just really good. I couldn't think of anything better on the fly. It's really good offensive and defensive format. Yep. There's a lot of hand traps. Oh, see Alex. So you either protect yourself from your hand traps, which you really need badly. Going first, if you don't use it, you set it into like Snake Eye, the Mirror, Fusion decks. Any deck it's not great if you don't have Shifter against his cash, but that's whatever. 2 Ritual, nothing special. You don't really want to brick on it. Don't run out of them. 3 Barrier. Best card to open. Except this card.
Yeah, pretty broken.
This is called Playthrough Droll. When you go to your main phase 1, outside of extreme situations, you activate this card first so you don't get rolled, and you search Sharavis so that you don't get Veilered either.
Yeah.
This is called the Playthrough Hand Trap card.
Yeah.
This is the other Playthrough Hand Trap card. It loses the Droll though, so it kind of stinks. We slide one out going second. This is the best card in the deck, except when it's in your graveyard, or it gets banished off Cashier 3 matches in a row.
Right.
Shout out to Thomas.
Imperm.
Just doing that. Going to the regular monsters. 3 Nib, 3 Bailers, 3. I'm just at the 12 hand traps. I probably could have pushed higher, but I haven't really been cooking. Like maybe the other best card in the deck, except when it's not. This card's ridiculous. It's really good going first. It's really good in the grind game. Breaking boards is really good. If you get like your prep off first, you can like do Saphira. You make this guy as your first summon, and then you can just do stupid stuff like you have him up. You can go into low. You can do Saravis, some really dumb stuff. Trias, better low, makes Chaos Angel. I did have the opportunity to go into access code today, but it was too close to time, so I just had to do damage and set up like a high negate board anyways instead of going for game. It's okay. I might put better stuff in later. Saphira is insane.
Oh yeah.
It's going second better than going first. Low. It's not as good as this card, but it does the job.
I mean, you need it for everything,
It puts the trap up, and the trap's the best card in the deck, so.
Yeah. Okay. What's in this extra?
Extra deck is not very refined. SP Little Knights. Currently the most generic card in the game. Really good. Anima, also really good in the deck.
Play level 1s.
People play into the zones. Makes your life a lot easier. Dynamundo, you need to play at least 1. I had a second one because I wasn't very imaginative, didn't figure out better slots for it, and it usually went on Prosperity. Then we got Link Rebo. This was really nice today. In the match I mentioned versus Angus, we got close to time.
Right.
And I just went for Link Rebo over my low to get an attack position. And then I had a Saravis on board, so when Saravis summoned Saravis, low summoned out, and this stopped me from just getting games.
Right.
These can probably change.
The access code package?
Yeah, these are generally okay. Like, maybe just dark, going into like the BLS Link 7 or something.
Right. Is light up for the mirror?
Line is not bad in the mirror. You can properly summon ritual monsters. They're just kind of generic. I checked them in a few weeks ago because I was lazy.
Yep, fair enough.
Access codes, alright. You need Valor and Graveyard to do Celine, but it comes once in a while. You need to play this. Hasn't come up yet, but unless you're really tight in space, and I don't know why you would be, you should play Intis.
Yep.
Which is another free out to something. You gotta play it if you open Trias, so you have to play it. You should be playing this. I came up 3 times today. One of the times wasn't really necessary, but having the option to banish something, it's unaffected by effects when you make it the light 3500 body. This card's insane. If you can afford it, play it. And this is also kind of optional. Just the regular line, if your Diviner gets negated, you can summon a Saphira, go into this, summon back Diviner, go into Barone. A lot of the time when you have the option to do that, you go Skull Guardian 2, so you end on 2 hard negates.
Yep.
So it just punishes your opponent for playing correctly, which is really fun.
That's always good to see. Alright, what's inside? What'd you cook up?
Nothing fancy. Didn't matter a whole lot. It ended up coming up good against David's. David was playing Rika. He also topped today. It only punishes Rika specifically a few times. I don't think I had it against Angus. He's playing like the Fire King Snake Eye.
Yep.
Against regular Snake Eye, this thing isn't even worth playing. Fire King it's great against. Just for Rogue a lot of the time. Magnemite, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to put in my side deck. There were a couple mirrors floating around. This is just decent against Rogue. This also searches Sphere in the end phase. So if you're going second...
Oh, right, yeah.
If you're going second, you're going against a matchup that this hurts.
Yep.
This is just extra consistency. It's a level 6 body. It randomly makes Diviner live as a tribute if it gets negated, so you can summon it low anyway.
Yep.
It searches Saphira. It's a pretty strong card. I didn't side it in today, but I can see why you might play it. 2 Cosmic.
Yep.
I sided in a few times today. It didn't come up. I really
kind of
wanted
necessary to have stuff like this in MST to like counter like some of them and stuff like that, or whatever floodgate you might need.
Yeah, the only floodgate that really hurts this deck is like Rivalry,
Yep.
or not even Goes Match. Pretty much just Rivalry. You can planar most of them. You can planar anti-spell. Light doesn't affect you. Some of them you can kind of play under it as long as your opponent doesn't have a huge board. It's really strong to have. It's just nice for things going first. I did play a Pendulum player today. It's a pretty good deck actually. Hits cash spells. It will hit floodgates. You can blind things. It's a Fire King field spell. You can just because you can play under floodgate doesn't mean you should. So
Exactly, right.
and two options and 2.
Yep.
I was talking to my good friend Bradley Morgan today, and he mentioned that this is already a consideration for me to play, but doing talents, having both of these options separate, having 1 to 2 of these, and I already have my pre-prep, which is
Right.
a really good card, so sliding in some combination of these, going second is really strong, depending on what you're playing. If you know they have a high hand trap count, this will be good going first too, if other cards aren't as good, and I didn't use this
There it
today.
is.
This came in once, and I didn't draw it, so...
Right. What do you usually side out?
What do I side out? Depending on the matchup, this always stays in that these get sided a decent bit. Going first, they might be some limits depending on the matchup. I played a couple shifter decks today. Sometimes I want it. I figured against Kashtira, you can do this or Droll. I wouldn't do both.
Yep.
I decided to do this just because you can hit them and brick them with this. Turns off to Fenrir. Droll's kind of the same thing. If they have a gas hand, it just also ends the turn.
Yep.
Generally don't side this out, but I think I sided out 1 once today because I want space for something. You side out Nib depending on the matchup. I haven't sided Imperm.
Yep. Do you ever side out like in-engine stuff?
Not really. All
Okay.
the engine's really good going first or second.
Right on. So just whatever you have in the main deck. Right.
Yeah, pretty much any of the voiceless stuff you pretty much don't touch. As far as prosperity goes, you can side it out. You go in second, you get 6 cards. It's less important. You're
Right.
going to draw more of it. Higher chance you're going to draw 2. You're going to draw your cards more anyway.
Yep.
I did side out a pre-prep once, but that was in a in a game where I had 3 thrust in. I had 3 thrust and 3 talents. Sorry, 2 thrusts, 2 talents. The 2 thrust replaces the prosperity and the pre-prep. Because it's just 1 for 1, you can search if you need to.
Right on. Do you have any final thoughts about the deck?
No, not really. It's a really good deck. If you have it, keep playing it. It's probably going to be a really good pick all the way into Nats and through the summer. It's not getting a reprint in the tins. It's 1 set away from it, so the odds of it getting completely hit before into next year are really low. We're getting even better support next set, so if you have it, keep on riding it. I think it's about as expensive as Snake Eye at this point.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff drops, so it's whatever you prefer, really.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the profile, man.
Thanks.